Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting our third and final series, and that is Band of Brothers. So yesterday I messed up when I was telling you guys the schedule. So on Wednesdays and Mondays we are getting The Boys. On Fridays we are getting WandaVision, and Tuesdays and Thursdays we are getting Band of Brothers. I don't know much about this show. I believe it's based on a real group of soldiers in World War II. I know it's one of the highest rated shows on IMDb's top 250 rated television shows. And so that's obviously a good sign. So I'm expecting very good things from it. And I know my brother really loved it when he was around 13, 14. He went through kind of a World War II media phase, which all 13, 14-year-old boys seem to go through. But yeah, I'm really excited. I know we've got David Schwimmer. I loved his work in The People vs. O.J. Simpson. I never watched Friends. Maybe that's the Pacific I'm thinking about. Either way, I think David Schwimmer's in this. But yeah. So without further ado, Band of Brothers.
The USA is in a war with Japan. We couldn't believe it.
We came from a small town, and three fellows in that town that were 4F committed suicide because they couldn't go.
Wow.
At different time.
Committing suicide because you couldn't get into the army. That's insane. Wow. What a stunning opening. I think that was not Daniel. That was a guy from Damian Lewis. I said Daniel Day-Lewis. This is going to be one of those shows with an unskippable intro because it's just so fucking good. There's just something so incredible about this genre of music, this sort of World War II music that has this Spielberg and Hanks produced. But wow, it has a sense of heroism and duty and you know, this sense of honor and grandness to it, but also conveys the tragedy of war, and this music really nailed it. Also written by Tom Hanks. Okay, I've never seen anything he's written before, to my knowledge. This should be interesting.
You people are at the position of attention.
Let's go. Love it. Love it.
Dirt in the rear sight aperture. Pass revoked.
David Schwimmer's got such a great voice, man. I loved him in People vs. O.J. Simpson. He gave a really great performance in that.
When did you sew on these chevrons, Sergeant Lipton?
Yesterday, sir.
Long enough to notice this. Revoked.
Sir.
Just one thread and he's out of there.
Name,
Interesting.
Malarkey, Donald G.
Malarkey. Malarkey's slang for bullshit, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And I will not take you to war in your condition. Now, thanks to these men and their infractions,
Great throw.
every man in the company who had a weekend pass has lost it.
Oh, rough, man.
Change into your PT gear. We're running Currahee.
I like his performance. It's not as like crazy as like Arlie Ermy from Full Metal Jacket. It's a little more subtle. Like he's confident, but he's not like a psycho or anything.
Excuses? Why don't you come here, look at these trousers, get down, and you tell me if there's a tree
All right,
sign.
let's go on the road. PT formation. Let's move.
There was a way actors performed in like the 1940s and 50s, and these guys are kind of nailing that almost stereotypical voice and style of dialogue and dialect, should I say.
I asked you a question, Private.
This guy looks like 14 years old. Might be. Well, I know back in the day, like, they would take people in the army at, like, 16, 17, where kids would lie about their age.
Hi-yo, Silver!
Hi-oh, silver away. One of the recurring mantras in Stephen King's It.
But that is not good enough for Easy Company!
Incredible score.
come we're the only company marching every Friday night, 12 miles full packed in the pitch dark? Why do you think?
Because you're gonna be the best company.
Lieutenant Sobel
Don't complain
hates
about
us,
being
sir.
worked hard, bro. You're in the frickin' war. Like, do you want to be the best or do you want to be like, you know, dying?
Why is there no water in your canteen? You drank from your canteen, didn't you? Lieutenant Winters!
Yes, sir.
Was this man ordered to not drink from his canteen during the Friday night march?
He was, sir.
That
Private
is
Christensen, you have
rough.
disobeyed a direct order. You will fill your canteen and repeat all 12 miles of the march immediately.
Yes, sir.
Fall out!
Oh my god. Yikes.
I want the names of 6 men. Their infractions and your disciplinary recommendations on my desk by 0130. Is that clear?
What infraction, sir?
Find some.
So, what'd you learn?
Jesus, what the hell is this? Oh, that's big, that boy.
You have 50 minutes to the top and back, and I will be watching you. What are you waiting for?
Go, buddy, run! I guess you did all that workout.
Isn't that Lieutenant Winters leading Easy Company in PT?
Yes, sir.
He's a damn good man. I was planning on giving him a set of these today. Why don't you do it?
Hey, hey, hey. So is he being hard just to get some acclamations here, or?
Pornography, contraband, non-regulation clothing, contraband.
Interesting, a tie.
This man had... How is it Private Tipper has spare time for so much correspondence?
No!
What is this?
Anybody.
Simon Pegg. 2 Simon Pegg shows in a row.
Lieutenant Nixon. Carry on.
I'm unsure of how we're supposed to feel about this guy.
Lieutenant Winters.
I don't mind him, but like, I mean, I guess he's just doing his job, and like that's how it was. He had to be extremely hard on them, but like,
Colonel Sink has seen fit
yeah.
to prom-
I am designating you mess officer for 14 days. Report to the mess kitchen at 0515 hours. Company breakfast to be served at 0600.
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
I think a special meal before their afternoon off would be a welcome change of pace. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
I like spaghetti.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that meant a shit meal or a really good meal. With this guy, I can never tell what vibe he's going for.
Orders changed! Get up! Lectures are canceled! Easy Company is running up Currahee! Move! Move!
Yikes!
3 miles up!
Oh, I see. Did he feed them the pasta just so they would have a heavy stomach and then get them to run? There's gonna be vomiting, isn't there? Oh, God.
Watch out, Piper!
Okay, so have they graduated, or is this just like a test or a drill? Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen, like, I didn't realize that's how they were deployed. The parachutes look like they're rigged up to something to automatically deploy. Nice. Old parachutes are so cool. Which reminds me of Battlefield 5. That was a nice realistic touch, him getting dragged. That looks like almost restored, recolored footage. I don't know if that was the intent, but that looks really authentic. Like it looks like old footage. That's cool. That looks like Quentin Tarantino on the left. There is Tarantino. Uh-oh. These guys are tack sharp on it. Okay, so we're going to another camp here, or is this the same camp later in time? I'm unsure. Maybe it used to be some sort of training regiment.
We're textbook position for ambush, sir. I think we should sit tight and let the enemy team come in our killing zone.
So they're playing like paintball or something as a drill / rehearsal. Okay. Is Damian Lewis going to prove to be the one who was right and David Schwimmer perhaps made the wrong call on this one? Yeah, for sure. Ho ho, ghillie suit time.
Captain, you've just been killed, along with 95% of your company.
He must feel a little bit embarrassed because they're supposed to look up to him. He's supposed to have all the answers, and he just got their platoon killed. I don't know all my World War II dates, so I don't know exactly when each significant historical event occurred. So I'm kind of going along with the ride here. Wow. Beautiful. I love that beautiful old-timey kind of sepia aesthetic. Damn, the New York City skyline was non-existent.
Right now, some lucky bastards headed for the South Pacific. Oh, he's gonna get billeted on some tropical island.
They're talking about the South Pacific Islands. Should I watch the Pacific after this? Let me know in the comments.
My brother's in North Africa. He says it's hot.
Really? It's hot in Africa?
Shut up. Point is, it don't matter where
This is a nice scene to see the banter, everyone's kind of thoughts and feelings on going to war and how it's all mentally going through them.
he ain't Catholic.
Neither Sobel.
That prick's the son of Abraham. He's what? He's a Jew.
I'm a Jew.
Congratulations. Get your nose out of my face.
You know, that's so telling because people forget that there were people who had anti-Semitic ideas in America. And even in Canadian history, Canada turned around a refugee boat of Jews looking to flee Europe. They turned away 1,000 Jewish people who were later returned to Europe and died. And in Canada, in Toronto even, there were anti-Semitic parades. There was anti-Jew events going on in Toronto. I remember the Toronto beaches. I read an article in history class that you couldn't go to the Toronto beaches if you were a Jewish person because you could be harmed. So even they're going off to fight the Nazis. A lot of soldiers weren't doing it for political ideals. They were just doing it to protect their country. Whereas they're over here talking shit about Jewish people. So, you know, it's crazy to see how many different people got drawn into war and how not everyone had the same ideas. Some people were doing it for duty. Some people were doing it for honor. Some people were doing it to protect Jewish people. Some people were doing it as an act of revenge for Pearl Harbor. So it's really interesting how many soldiers were just dropped in from every walk of life, all towards the goal of killing Germans. Or Japanese in this case.
There should be no fence here.
We could go over it, sir.
Really? That's not the point. We're the goddamn
Hell on.
Will this come back around to hurt them later on in the series when they're in the battlefield in war? Is he going to steer them into somewhere they're not supposed to be? No, there's no way that this lieutenant guy or whatever his role is making it into war.
Is there a problem, Captain Sobel? Who said that? Who broke silence?
I think it's Major Horton, sir.
Major Horton, what is he? Did he join us?
What is the goddamn hold-up, Mr. Sobel? A fence! Say
Oh my god.
Now you cut that fence and get this goddamn platoon on the move!
Oh, this is hilarious. No way. Some poor farmer is getting his fences obliterated. Sobel, you dumb fuck. Oh God. Here comes J.R.R. Tolkien. Oh my God.
You've done it now, Yanks.
You've captured me.
Oh, get wrecked.
Who was
This guy is a pure clown.
I was ordered to, sir.
By who?
Major Horton, sir.
Major Horton is on leave in London.
Oh my God. What a schmuck. Schmucks are us. This show really is beautiful. It has some beautiful locations and imagery. We're lucky as filmmakers that places like this still exist that are historical accurate. Okay, Simon Pegg making a return. Let's go.
Lieutenant.
Is Sobel's realizing he's inadequate in upgrading Winters? Let's friggin' go.
Now for crying out loud.
Oh.
We spelled court-martial.
What? Oh, they got court-martialed for that prank?
No, sir, I do not understand. Punishment for your offenses will be denial of a 48-hour pass for 60 days. Stand before me at attention.
Okay, now I understand how I'm supposed to feel about this guy.
And request a trial by court-martial.
May I borrow your pen, sir?
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
My endorsement, sir. I request trial by court-martial.
Bet you weren't expecting that, David Schwimmer. Let's go! Huge respect for this guy. He'd ought to just be in a quick one and done.
I will not follow that man into combat.
I understand. I mean, the guy is literally bad at his job.
No longer. Wish to serve as a non-commissioned officer in easy company.
Wow. That's rough. I'm sure in time it'll all work out. I'm getting stressed, like annoyed now, but David Schwimmer will get his comeuppance, I'm sure. That guy in the front there looks so like, badass.
I believe just a few of the sergeants may have felt their loyalty lay more to the platoon than to the company.
Oh, here it comes.
And these few sergeants convinced all of the other NCOs in your company to turn in their stripes.
As staff sergeants, they have a great amount of influence, sir. But as I say, the rest are good men. I know them. I can work with them.
I believe you fielded one of the finest companies of soldiers I've ever seen.
Oh, true, okay.
Non-infantry types who are vital to the coming invasion, such as doctors and chaplains, to take jump training there.
Oh, they're gonna send him to be a teacher. No, they don't want him on the battlefield. They do not want him on the battlefield.
Sir?
They're punking him.
I'm reassigning you to Chilton Foley.
Get fucked!
I'm losing easy company?
War effort needs you elsewhere.
I'm curious if this guy actually is doing it because the war needs him elsewhere or because he knows that this guy's the problem.
Who will be replacing me?
Lieutenant Meehan from Baker Company is senior.
Oh, I thought they were going to do Damian Lewis.
Good luck at Chilton Foley.
Interesting. Yikes! Oh, what?
That's all right, mate, with Tommy's. We're feeding Bosch. Is all this real? Yeah. Well, some of it's from the omens. Some of these tailors knocked up.
for you lads, actually, so I can get your mince pies on some of this Jerry Clobber, if you know what I mean. Not really.
Did they steal that or what?
Soldiers of the regiment, tonight is the night of nights. Today, as you read this, you are en route to the great adventure for which you have trained for over 2 years.
Damn.
That's why they gave us ice cream.
I love this guy. But you started off kind of making a mockery of the guy, as they've been doing for the last 2 years, but now it's real. It's the big drop day.
No jump tonight.
Guess it's not the big day. Did someone slip that in there? Is that the letter about his brother? Or I think that's what they said.
Bill Gagne's brother.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. That's rough. That's really rough. Nothing like a good crossfade. We don't see a lot of crossfades nowadays in cinema. It's kind of an outdated technique, but they can be used effectively. Damn, man. Some of these shots are just so incredible. Oh my god. How are these guys expected to maneuver a battlefield in that? God, all that shit is so clumsy. Like, they need to be helped up because of all that gear. That is rough, man. I'm curious if we're going to get the drop in this episode or if it's going to come at the opening of next episode. Damn. Let's go. This music is really incredible. Like, I didn't talk for like 5 minutes because I was just so like awestruck by this imagery. This is really cool. Man, those shots are stunning. It pains me knowing that I'm gonna have to mute that music. Man, oh man. They did such a great job of building up to this moment and making us kind of really connect with these characters and understand the... Oh my. Soldiers and sailors and airmen of the Air Force, you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which you have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking. Gen. Dwight Eisenhower, Supreme Allied Commander. Wow. So, immediate thoughts while the credits roll. They did such a beautiful job of making us understand the characters and understand who they were as people and their thoughts and feelings and emotions. And even though I don't know almost any of them by name, what's more important is I get the vibe of the soldiers of Easy Company, and I understand the individuals and their ideals that make up the company, which is arguably more important than the individual character itself at this exact moment. We got so many great moments with characters, like the one guy doing the impressions, the one guy learning about his brother being lost, the Italian guy complaining about the pasta. We got all these little great character moments. And then the shot at the end there, that last shot where it panned out and we saw the battleships with the planes over them, that was absolutely stunning. And I think what's really incredible about it is there's this very built up kind of aesthetic for World War II in cinema. The low saturation, high contrast, and they kept with that, but they added a lot of grain to some shots, and some shots had a kind of choppy feel to them to give that almost sort of authentic 1940s cinema look to it. But without a doubt, the standout to all of this is the soundtrack. You could give this film to 100 different directors, 100, or this show to 100 different directors, 100 different musicians. It would not be the same piece across any of them. And the themes and music they went with here are emotions of heroism, duty, honor, respect. And for example, if you want to look at something like Full Metal Jacket, which is about a very different war, an undoubtedly far less honorable war, the music is droning and foreboding in that, because we know what's the horrors to come and the horrors that are going to be committed by both sides. Whereas this music very much makes me think about brave young men going off to possibly die for a greater ideal. But the film never went I keep calling it the film because it felt so cinematic, but the piece never went so far as to be like, all these guys are great dudes. Like, we saw one guy was willfully anti-Semitic while going into World War II, and David Schwimmer's character was insanely incompetent, but he wasn't willing to acknowledge that for himself, and he would rather lead his army to death than to actually accept his responsibility and realize he's not the guy for the job. All in all, perfect. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my first time watching Band of Brothers Episode 1, and I cannot wait to get to more. That was unbelievable. Anyways, time to film The Boys Episode 2 reaction. Have a great day, guys.